Hi, welcome to Tyne Valley Motorhomes. I'm Callum and this is the handover of the 2019 Ford Custom Camper. I just start the walk down on the drive. So your toolkit for your Ford is stored underneath the step of the driver's seat. This is your toolkit. So in here you've got a jack, a brace, a towing eye, everything you need to either get that spare wheel down and get it changed or be towed off the road. So it's all in here, which is covered by this cover on the footwell of the driver's entrance step. On the side of the vehicle, located at the back of the van, is where you take the vehicle up to main. So when you arrive on your site or you are at home and you've charged it prior to your trip, hook the vehicle up first. So get your hooker blade. It is located in quite a funny area on this van, just up here. So you might think, where is it? It's here. So get your hooker blade, pull the collar back like so, slide onto the van first and then hook the sight. This is a safer way to do it so that you're not walking around with a live lead in your hand, and do it in reverse order when unhooking the van so that you don't have 240 volts within your hands. At the back of the van, you've got your table which clips onto the rail, which stands here when not in use, and your blackout blinds. You've also got some storage underneath here. Should you need to get access to the spare wheel, lift this cover up here and you put your bar in there, your brace, which has this pattern on, and then you can turn it, and underneath is a full-size spare wheel, and it lowers the spare wheel down so that you're able to take it off the clip and pull the wheel out and change it should you need to. Storage in here, and you've got some storage this side to get in your charger. So you've got your solar charger and the fuse here. So your solar charger's at the top, which is Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth connect to these as well, because the Victron Energy Blue Power smart controller. So you've got a smart controller for your solar panel with fuse, and underneath you've got your DC to DC charger, so that'll charge it when the engine's running, it'll charge it when the vehicle's hooked up as well. When we come round the van, sliding cargo door. So here at the passenger door is the location of your fuel filler. So this vehicle is diesel. It's a capless system, so all you need to do is go to your petrol station and put the diesel nozzle in. Don't need to remove a cap, just straight in there and fill it with fuel. And because it's a new style diesel engine, it's got AdBlue. AdBlue is on this van 22 litre capacity. And what you can do is, when the AdBlue light comes on, you need to top it up. So take the cap off, either buy it on the pumps or buy it in the drums, which you can either buy 5 or 10 litre containers of AdBlue. The vehicle will give you a mileage countdown of 1,000 miles. So within that 1,000 mile, you need to top this up, otherwise the vehicle will not start. So normally what I do when the light comes on, find it within the next 20-30 mile and pop it in, and then you shouldn't have any problems. Weight sticker on the door, so 3 ton gross vehicle weight, 4.5 ton train weight, front and back axle weights, and you've got your chassis number, your engine performance there, and your engine number just on the sticker. Bonnet releases here. All your fluids, so you've got your oil, your power steering, your brake fluid, your screen wash, your power steering fluid, your positive for giving or receiving a jump start, because the engine battery isn't underneath here, it's underneath the driver's seat on a Ford, like it is on all Transits, it's underneath the driver's seat. So positive on there, negative just down here, so you'd earth off the engine hoist, so you may need to just give it a scrape with the clip until it starts smoking to make sure that you've got a good connection, and then you'll be able to give or receive a jump start off the vehicle. So when you come into the van, This is your 12 volt control panel, your CBE panel. To turn it on, at the top on the left hand side you've got an on button, so just press, I play a little tune, it'll come on. To turn your 12 volt system on, you need to press the 12 volt, and that will turn on the lights inside the vehicle and supply 12 volt from the leisure battery. Obviously if you are hooked up you'll get main, so you can use a 3-pin socket. If you're not hooked up you will just get 12 volt off the battery. You can view the leisure battery readings at 14 volts. That's because I'm hooked up and it's giving a false reading. So unhook the vehicle to get a true reflection of the battery. And you can see that just down here you've got a picture of a plug which indicates that I'm hooked up. You can view the Ford engine battery as well by pressing again. So you've got a picture of a truck or the picture of a trailer, leisure, truck, Ford battery. Fresh water. Making sure you've got fresh water on board first. You can turn on your pump, which is here, and then you can use your cold water tap in the kitchen area. And that is your 12 volt panel. And then to turn it off, just press and hold and it'll go off. So to operate the heating on board this vehicle, which is a diesel heater, so making sure that you've got a quarter of a tank of diesel or more, because the intake for the diesel heater is a lot higher than the intake for the engine, so you've got to have a quarter of a tank difference for the heater to start getting a feed. So a quarter of a tank or more for this to work. Press the middle button, it'll say starting. You'll hear it rev up, and then you can adjust the temperature here, so you can see that currently it's 18 degrees and I've got it set at 16. You need to always be above the outside air temperature, so now I am at going up to 30 degrees. So you can adjust that to suit, and then when you want to turn it off you just press and hold. Press and hold and it'll turn off once it's turned itself on. So in the kitchen area you've got 2 burners, so they're both lit because I've got the gas on, and they've got an inbuilt ignition. Allow these to go cold before you put the glass down, otherwise you will smash the glass with the heat. And the maximum size is 160mm on this one and 120 on there, so 16 centimeters and 22 centimeters pan size on the 2 burners. Nothing bigger because you're just going to put unnecessary pressure on the burner and it'll not heat your pan up quick enough. Cold water tap, so making sure the pump's on and you'll get a feed of cold water which drains into your waste. This is the bar for your table to sit on, so you can have it right the way to the rear seats or right the way in the kitchen to help you with a bit of prep space. Cutlery drawer, and underneath you do have your compressor fridge. So a compressor fridge works off 12 volt and 12 volt only, but if you're hooked up obviously you're charging that 12 volt battery. So it'll work both off hookup and when you leisure battery when you're not hooked up. On and off here, 1 to 7, 7 being the coldest, 0 being off. So turn it off when you're not using it, leave the door open. It'll just stop the mold and bacteria from forming in the fridge, and it'll also stop water build up because it's not shut, so you can't keep the air tight pressure in the fridge. So leave the door open when you're not using it and give it a clean out, and then you can adjust the temperature when you're using it to suit. Sometimes 7 when you're pre-chilling, and turn it down when you put your shopping in because it can sometimes be too strong and it'll freeze the shopping. And that is your compressor fridge. So located in the bottom cupboard you have your gas and your water. So your water are jerry cans which you have to refill. So you've got your fresh, this one, and your waste being this one. So what you need to do is, to get them out, if you lift and slide the drawer open, and then you'll see there's 2 little catches in the drawer on either side. Lift the drawer out and get rid of the drawer a minute. And then you'll be able to disconnect the waste pipe and go and empty your waste. And always get rid of the waste first to get the fresh out. Fresh, you've got a pump in here, so fish the pump out, which is there, and you can go and fill the fresh water up. Once you fill your fresh water up, put your pump back into the water. Wedge your cans back in because they're quite snug, that's why you have to remove the waste to get the fresh out. And then next to it, LPG, this is your gas locker, so always making sure the door's fully sealed to form an airtight seal. It does have a bottle in, which this bottle runs off a camping gas bottle, and it's a 904 camping gas bottle. You turn it on and off by the top. So you can turn the gas supply off by just screwing, and turn it back on by turning it back the other way. Always make sure the gas is isolated before travel and turned on when you arrive on your site, just so it's safer for you people that are traveling in the van and other road users. And then to disconnect the bottle, it is just a thread, so you need to unclip the bottle from the strap and turn it. So it'll be clockwise to unloosen the bottle, and anti-clockwise to connect the bottle. Just underneath the kitchen counter, this pops up, and you've got some fuses there, which are inline fuses, so a different type of fuse, so they're an inline fuse. And then underneath this panel here is where your leisure battery lives. So if you ever need to change the leisure battery, that's where it is. So you've got to fish it out the hole, put your terminals on, and that is your leisure battery location. So to make your seats into a bed, what you've got to do is unscrew this bolt here and take the head top off, pull it down. Watch for the seat belts because it will tension, so it's always best that you try and grab it and pull it out, because if not, it'll tension up so much that you'll not be able to pull the bed down. So tension. Put your weight in the middle, there's your bed made. When you're finished, hand in by the headrests and force it up, and it'll climb back, and then you'll be able to secure the seat like so. Make sure it's fully secured before you put passengers in the back for their own safety. Make sure it's nice and nipped up like it is there, and people can travel in the back of the van. Okay. So, as an additional 2 berth, you've got the bed board which pulls down, and you've got a double bed up here. When you put the roof down, always pull the bed board down first, then grab a hold of the handles with the door open. It'll be very hard to pull this roof down if you don't have a door open, because there's a lot of pressure in the van. Making sure that you pull the canvas in front, back and side so it doesn't get caught. Roll it over if you have to at the front, and then pull it the rest of the way down. And then to secure, tighten the straps at the front so that they're nice and tight. Excess strap just out the way of the roof. And then you do have the roof solid, so just check it outside, make sure it's nice, nothing's caught before you leave, but making sure that you pull the canvas in so you don't trap it between the roof of the van and the roof of the lid.